people. I'm your host, Arcand, and I'd like to welcome you to Millionaire Mindset. And today we're going to talk about the importance of Indigenous business in 2025. And this is coming from a First Nations Indigenous perspective. In real time, we are here in the cafe we're about to launch. This is the Kakio Studio Cafe. Along with me today is none other than Curtis Cardinal, the owner, and he's the owner of Teepee Treats Indigenous Cuisine, and they're based out of Edmonton as well, longtime friend of mine. And together we have joined forces here in Edmonton in this new commercial space. We call it Kakio Studio Cafe. So it's a combination of two businesses where Teepee Treats is the cafe part with the food, and Kakio is like the studio part. And we're working together to provide a good experience and just another door to be open for business in the downtown core. So how are we doing there, Curtis?
Today doing good. Staying busy, keeping busy. There's a lot of things to get done today, but I'm just trying to do one thing at a time. That's all I can do right now.
Yeah, get a little closer to the mic. All right, so we're going to share some of our thoughts and processes about the importance of Indigenous business now. Curtis is actively in the community doing a lot of contracts. And how does it feel to be finally in brick and mortar, Curtis?
Oh, it feels amazing. It's been a long time coming. I mean, we've been in business for almost 6 years now. It's just a lot of, ups and downs, but there's been many good things that I've learned. And we're based out of Edmonton, and I love Edmonton, and I love that we're here now in downtown Edmonton. So that's really something special, and the hard work is paying off. And once we get up and running, I know it's going to be pretty busy space.
Yeah, that's good. So this is a big leap of faith for both of us, Curtis and I. Just to let our viewers know that we are not government-funded businesses. We have no grants. We have little to no support from any government organization. Well, I'm speaking for myself mostly, but I know I'm pretty sure Curtis doesn't really have any.
No. The most the support I get is from the community with our catering part of our business. It's busy right now, and that is a good thing. And it's good to have that support from the community and the businesses in Edmonton. So keep ordering food.
Yeah, that's how it works there, folks. And for those of you that don't understand how much of a milestone this is for us, first of all, there isn't a large representation of Indigenous people in the business world because we are essentially a minority of this country, even though this is our traditional territory. Curtis and I, Curtis has lived in Edmonton most of his life, and he's definitely from this area, but he's also from Treaty 8. But we're Treaty people, and we're a minority, even though we have inherent traditional rights to this land. And everything from Treaty 8, Treaty 6, 7, and 8 here in Alberta, we have the entire province covered, but there still is a lack of Indigenous representation in the business community. So Curtis and I are the new faces here in Edmonton, and we've been settling in here for a month so far. But so Curtis and I have been working together. So Curtis is currently running his cafe, but soon to be, we're going to be opening this cafe space for customers to come through the door. So what's on the menu there, Curtis, when they come through the door?
Well, so we have coffee and tea, artisan tea. We're trying to make the cafe more of a traditional, healthy, type of menu for people to come eat salads, soup and bannock. We will be doing specials of our some of our past menu items that have really done well at our other locations we were at. There's also going to be bannock. Of course, there's going to be bannock. Different flavors of bannock, different, baked, fried. There's just going to be a selection, and also, desserts. We could sell some desserts and some. What I was thinking of, some specialty items. Also our products will be sold out of here. Artisan teas, our elk jerky. There's a number of other things that we're working on too for products. You could buy your bag of bannock to do. We sold them before at our other location, but it was kind of hard to keep up with those. But hopefully we could keep up with those here. It's just the do your own bannock and bag. So. Well, I know a lot of businesses are selling those, but ours I think are going to be featured with berries. So we're going to have a dry mix of berry bannock to sell here. So something different, and that. So I think a more healthier version of our past menu items like salads. Salmon salad, salmon and berry salad, Three Sister salads. We will be doing the soups and having specials every day, so it's going to be good.
And that's a good thing about what we're doing here with this business is we're combining forces with, that's why we started a studio cafe in this sense. I don't think it's been really done before in Edmonton. Like there's been Indigenous restaurants and stuff before, but what I do as a company, a lot of you know me, I'm an entertainer, artist, dancer, performer. So what I've been able to do as an artist is I've been able to transfer those skills into entrepreneurial activities, such as launching this business. And Curtis has been able to do the same. I remember before he even started TV Treats, him and Ian Laju were hustling bannock on the streets from a hot dog cart just down the road here, actually. I was watching it on social media at the time, and it was nice. They got everybody excited, and that's the good thing about our business is that as soon as we announce that we're going to be opening doors, we're going to be operating here, a lot of people are curious. There's a lot of curiosity, but the other thing we face as Indigenous entrepreneurs is the animosity after the curiosity, because sometimes there's lateral violence in our communities, and sometimes these can hinder our activities as entrepreneurs, as we're already pushing an uphill battle, trying to get this place up and running. Like we said before, it's not. We don't have government funding. This is all out of our own pocket, all out of my savings. So I guess the word of advice to young Indigenous entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs out there, no matter what your challenge is, whether you're immigrant or whether you're poor or whatever it may be, Curtis and I can attest to those both. We've both been poor. We both come from, trauma-based backgrounds with intergenerational trauma, everything, the whole world against us as Indigenous people. We've been through it all, and we've emerged in 2025 into the heart of downtown, and we are using the skills that we've acquired in those years of practice to move forward with our business. And that's what it's all about. And I think that's our point here today, is to show that we're evolving and we're here, and I guess this is our way of saying hi to the world, and in a good way, and saying, hey, we're here, we're Indigenous, and we're not just another statistic. We're creating new statistics. We're creating history, aren't we, Curtis?
Yes. And what it also shows is just what we've overcome. There was many barriers, obstacles to get where we're at. Not only just like personal, but like in business also. The resiliency of what it takes to get here is shown by Dallas and shown by me. I mean, it takes a resilient person to even get to this spot in life. And I mean, it's a lot of hard work, determination. You have to always be on the ball. You always have to be working, in business. Personal life my life is pretty busy. Personal life is I have kids, a family, So doing things, in a timely manner. Also, always make sure, from my point of view, as a food business, is always be consistent with your food, and always make sure your customers come first, or it could be like your business partners or whatever. Make sure they come first, and just work hard. Just continue working hard. Keep going. Don't give up. There's a lot of struggle in what we do. There's a lot of I would say I would say a lot of negative things to overcome, but you have to deal with those things positively. And Dallas has shown he's come a long way from, I remember breakdancing in his basement a long time ago. Chooch was small, his son, and we started breakdancing there, and that's where he started. I'm pretty sure he started doing zoot dancing back then. And from all the years I've seen him traveling the world, and little did I know he and him would be partners. We had talked about this a couple years ago, but now it's turning into reality. It's just a dream of ours, and we're just turning it into reality for other people, to empower the youth and to give them hope.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great place to be. It's kind of scary, because we're putting ourselves out here. I guess in a big way, I think from my perspective, I just really gave myself permission to grow up in a way, because in a way, as Indigenous people, we feel, I know the feeling, and I've read other stories similar to mine, that at times we don't get taken seriously as Indigenous people, and that we get treated like we don't matter at times. And I think that's how Every Child Matters started, but not just from that, but I mean from the residential schools, to those children that never came home, but I mean to the children that are around. I was adopted, and I was part of the foster care system. So there's a lot of our people, they call that the new residential school system, the child welfare system. And, I'm definitely a product of that, but I mean, I didn't let that define me, So for those of you watching out there, you can change your story and it'll change your life, and that's all there is to it. From Curtis and myself, we hustled hard, ever since our breakdancing days. When Curtis was just starting out, I remember when we were in our breakdancing group, he was our entrepreneur at the time. He was the one we looked up to, because he was trying to hustle, opportunities for the Magoo crew. I remember he was writing to the lottery people. He was writing proposals and trying to work with those folks. And even that world's hard to navigate because there's a lot of promises that aren't kept and words that are said that are not followed through with. And that's the tough world of business. Even us now in 2025, we're trying to put on an event here, and same thing, same thing every day. Somebody says they're going to do something and then they don't do it, but you got to keep moving anyway. You got to keep marching forward, and that's for many entrepreneurs, you got to just keep it simple and keep it light and funny and keep moving, keep marching forward, and just know that the end goal is the most important. The end is just proving that your concept works, proving that you can be of good service to the community, that we have something to offer the world. When people come to this cafe, it's our job as entrepreneurs to make sure that they have a good experience, that they're safe, that they walk out with a smile, that they walk out saying, hey, that place is an awesome place, and they refer their friends to come here. That's our way of thinking. I believe Curtis and I can agree on that, that delivering good service, good hospitality, and good vibes is the best.
Yeah, also we gotta remember that we are gonna be the only Indigenous studio cafe in Edmonton. So I don't know if that's in Alberta or Canada, I'm not sure, but we are gonna be the only ones in Edmonton with a studio cafe that's Indigenous owned. Let that sink in for a minute, right? Because if you're gonna support Indigenous owned business, come support us. Come to our events, come eat our food. You're the ones that are gonna keep us going. You're the ones that are gonna, all your support you bring here will keep us going pretty much, right? And it'll help us in the long run, because eventually after this, the plans is to buy a building and then have our own spot, and then because right now we're leasing, but eventually there's on top of that, once we reach the top of that mountain, we'll have our own place with the help of you guys. So come and support us, come and support our vision, support the dream at Kakyo Studio Cafe.
Yeah, exactly. So, in close, this is just about sharing for educational purposes as well, to hopefully put this message out there in the universe, especially YouTube. YouTube is really cool that way, is that our video can go far and wide, and it's not going to be deleted after this, so it's going to be on my channel for those to watch in the future. And I plan to do more and more content like this, so if you like our content, definitely subscribe to my channel. And we have more good things to come. We're going to be sharing events here, and I plan to speak with more entrepreneurs and talk about more Indigenous entrepreneurialism and the importance of it, because if you look back to our ancestral times, the ancestral ways of Indigenous people, we were entrepreneurs before colonialism even happened, before Europeans even ingrained themselves in this country. Indigenous peoples were entrepreneurs, because that's how the fur trade started, because our people were trading goods. We were trading goods internationally with countries, with kingdoms, with organizations like the Company of the Northwest and the Hudson Bay Company, just to name a few. So it dates way back. So we're just here to remind folks that entrepreneurial spirit, that entrepreneurial warrior spirit is in all of us. So kids, remember that is inside of you. You have it inside of you. You just gotta awaken that little warrior and bring him to life and nurture it. Feed that beast, feed that one. Any final words there, Chris?
No, just peace, love, and Banner Grease.
All right, peace and out.